total of $18,000 is invested, some in stocks and some in bonds. If the amount invested in bonds is half that invested in stocks, how much is invested in each category? Whenever you're solving any kind of word problem, what we need to do first is give a name to the unknown. We're asking how much is invested in each category. So let's say that we let X represent the amount invested in stocks. Now, how much is going to be invested in bonds? Well, to figure out the amount invested in bonds, we recognize that a total of $18,000 is being invested. So if X of that is being invested in stocks, the remainder, or 18,000 minus X, is the amount invested in bonds. So we'll just say 18,000 minus X is the amount in bonds. Now we're also told that the amount invested in bonds is half that invested in stocks. So if we take, say, the amount invested in bonds, 18,000 minus X, is half of that invested in stocks. So what we've done there right now is taken that English statement and written a mathematical statement. Now we have an equation that must be solved for X. The way we're going to solve this for X is I'm going to add X to both sides of the equation. And then what I get is that 18,000 equals 3/2 X. So to solve for X, I multiply both sides of the equation by 2/3. So 2/3 on the right and 2/3 on the left. On the right-hand side, everything cancels out, and I'm left with X, which again represents the amount invested in stocks. And then we take 2/3 times 18,000. That's going to be $12,000. So we have $12,000 invested in stocks, and therefore 18,000 minus 12,000, or $6,000, is invested in bonds. Shannon grossed $435 one week by working 52 hours. Her employer pays time and a half for all hours worked in excess of 40 hours. With this information, can you determine Shannon's regular hourly wage? Since we need to know Shannon's regular hourly wage, we're going to give that the name of the unknown. So let X equal Shannon's hourly wage. Now here's what we know. We know that for the first 40 hours worked, that Shannon's going to earn 40 times X. So we're going to let 40 times X represent the salary of Shannon for the first 40 hours. But when Shannon works in overtime, in this case 12 hours of overtime, then her salary is 1.5 times X, because she earns the full X dollars per hour plus the time and a half portion. So 1.5 times X represents Shannon's overtime rate. Now that total amount should equal $435. So now we have our equation established. 12 times 1.5x is going to give me 18x, and that equals $435. 40x plus 18x is 58x. 58x equals $435. If we divide both sides of the equation by 58, we get that x is equal to $7.50 per hour. So Shannon's regular hourly rate is $7.50. What you want to do here to verify that your answer makes sense is you take $7.50 times the 40 hours plus compute 1.5 times $7.50 to compute her overtime rate times the 12 hours. The sum of those two hourly wages should equal the $435.